Hi guys. Hi guys. Mr. Jaeger here, coughing as usual. And welcome back to another channel update. Woo! And welcome to February. Holy shit, we're already in February. Rather scary. And what a better way to start than of new year, new stuff than going into a bit of a talky talk channel update. Bit of a long one. I don't intend for it to be too long, but it may be a bit of a lengthy one, just to forewarn you. So I'll try and be as efficient as possible with it, and we'll see what happens. And I'll cry to my video editor afterwards. So basically, this video one's going to be talking about my plans for 2023 YouTube-wise, in terms of like what I'll be streaming and what kind of content I'll be aiming to release at this moment in time. So, if you may recall in my previous channel update, I did mention I was going to try and format some kind of streaming schedule. Now, what I neglected to say at the time, and I think I probably should have mentioned, was that during January, I was not really at my, I was being sent for training in different locations, which meant that getting the time to do things was a lot harder to sort of plan and stream around. I was able to get some content out, but it wasn't as successful. Now that I'm kind of in a solid position at this moment, I should be able to have a lot more stable times for streaming and for content release. So, as a result, I now can proclaim the Mark 1 benchmark streaming and content upload schedule, which will hopefully is flexible enough for me to work around, but structured enough so that we kind of have an idea as to what's going on. So I aim to stream about 3 times a week and upload 3 times a week. The streaming side of things is going to be kind of similar to like normal content. So basically, I'll be streaming on YouTube, and then I'll be posting it to a particular playlist, which will then give me the ability to kind of go, grr, and we can continue. It's long enough for me to be able to consider it a streaming session, but short enough that I don't have barely any time afterwards to do food or what have you. So there you go. In regards to what I will be doing, I won't aim to specifically say what we'll be doing or what will be happening. It'll be like when I get there, it will be like, what do I want to do? Because I found that when I try and isolate certain days for certain items, it kind of gets fucky, which then, of course, results in me not doing the thing I'm saying I'm doing, and then it all goes to pot. So if I keep it relatively freeform with a rough idea, then that gives me a kind of freedom to go, okay, yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and that's how it's going to work. For example, it's like we're currently running a Satisfactory series and a Monster Hunter World. Once Star Citizen finally decides to release 3.18, I'll be able to hop onto that, and we'll be able to do some things as well. There will be some days where I might just fancy streaming a different game, and that'll be fine. But primarily, it's going to be aimed around trying to fix on streams and games I've done in the past that I can live stream and record, and and having tweaked with the settings as well, I should hopefully be able to do some solid live streams. I've had a friend of mine give me some pointers on what I should do in terms of live stream, so hopefully things will be a lot smoother. And I also could potentially stream at 60 FPS, 1080p. So handy days, handy days. Anyway. So, the days I aim to live stream are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. If I've already said this before, I need another coffee. But still, so those are the 3 days I plan to live stream, and the content days I intend to upload Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So, overall, it's going to be kind of one thing a day, which does seem like a lot, and I'm not expecting this to work too well. The most likely scenario is I cut down on what days I upload, so I can ensure that I continue to be able to live stream. But we will see how things fare with that. So for the Tuesdays and the Thursdays, I plan to live stream from about 6 in the evening, so that's 6 p.m. GMT, to 8 p.m. GMT, or 1800 hours GMT to 2000 hours GMT. So again, not a hugely long time, but it's not something that I'm going to be getting too late on, so that's the plan at least. And for the Sundays, I'll be streaming from 1 p.m. GMT to 3 p.m. GMT, or 1300 hours to 1500 hours GMT. So that's the thing that that'll, again, it gives me the rest of the day to focus on other things or just being able to enjoy other jazz. Because again, this is a hobby. I'll reiterate this, like I've said before in the past, it's a hobby of mine. I've never earned anything from this hobby, and if I have, I've never been able to earn any, this is something that I will always say, life comes first, and with life, work. So life definitely, if there will be moments where things might get screwy, or I might have to change certain days, if something happens, things will definitely be changing, and I will have to adjust. But hopefully the plan is this is going to be the one that we can, this is a thing we could stick to as a kind of benchmark. And then that way, then A, you guys know when stuff's coming out, and B, I know when stuff's coming out, so I know how to plan around that. So for the content, obviously, as mentioned, it'll be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Now, obviously, I cannot specify what time on those days things will come out, because obviously some days it will be later, some days it will be earlier. As I will aim for as long as it's the same day GMT, then that's when it comes out. So I apologize if you live in different time zones and it seems like I'm only releasing on the Tuesdays, sort of thing. But that's because unfortunately I might have released it late on a Monday evening, or super early on a Wednesday morning or something like that. Just for context in that particular regard. So yeah, fun times be that. And again, there's no specific days of what kind of content I plan to release on that day. It can be something as simple as I'm releasing content on the Monday, which might be Battletech, and then the next week I do like 3 episodes of Hearts of Iron 4. It's really going to be like, I'm going to try and be as judicious as I can, so obviously we don't overspam, but at the same time, it's like there are some things I may record more of because I'm enjoying it more at that time. So again, I'm kind of in that lovely position of being so small that I get to kind of decide what I focus on and what I don't. So, if we get to the point where I'm starting to earn shitloads of subscribers and shitloads of people, and I suddenly actually do start earning money, then maybe I'll be up the bugger crate, and then I'll have to start looking more seriously into specific days for specific content. But then I'll be earning a living enough to not have to worry about a job, which I don't think I'll be in that position with this. So going as how YouTube likes to go with its content creators. So yeah, as said, it's going to be down to like some days maybe less or more, but we'll see how things go. As for the kind of content we're going with at the moment, I'm obviously running the Empire Total War series. We've got Hearts of Iron 4 going through. I do plan on restarting Battletech. I intend to try and record up to the point that we got to. In Battletech's sense, we're kind of fortunate because like I was kind of able to get the I was able to get to a point where it was more or less in the freeform bit in the campaign. So I can kind of just keep playing and get myself a pretty solid crew without worrying too much. And then when I get to the point that I got in the previous campaign episodes, it's not like we're going too far. Like I think I recorded beyond a certain point, but I'll be doing some research again into like what part I was specifically at, and then we can kind of record up to that. So we haven't really lost any presence, and then I could just continue recording on from that point. While yes, the situation may be slightly different, and there'll be some different, maybe Clambake will be alive, who knows. There will be that difference, but apart from that, I hope that it's going to be a lot less fucky. To be honest, like there are some series that it's just almost impossible to catch and sort of restart in that regard. But Battletech was kind of fortunate that we were at that little point. So get in. That's all I'm gonna say. But no, other bits of content at the moment are again, it's going to be very simplistic. It's going to be Hearts of Iron 4, Total War series, and Battletech. Eventually, obviously, when certain series run their course, I will decide on what next to sort of to record / live stream. And obviously, this will change and flow and ebb, like with most things in this particular YouTube series. So that's the sort of plan. And the one overriding thing, as per mention, and I've already mentioned this probably a few times in these videos, but I want to kind of say this as a kind of a it's as important as you guys' support in all of this particular thing, which is this is a hobby. It's never perfect, and while I will hold my hands up and say I've not done a great job in the last few weeks / months / almost a year, and actually no, I would say the last 6 months things have definitely not been as smooth as they could have been. It is definitely at the point where I'm like, okay, I've gone through a lot of shit and stress. I'm now getting to the point where we're recovering. And I very much love all of you guys for putting me through this particular thing. And all I will say is I will try and live up to those expectations, whilst also acknowledging the fact that this is a hobby. If I'm in a position where work is wanting me to do things and I'm not able to record and live stream because of certain things, then that will unfortunately have to be the case. It's not optimal, but obviously life situations, if they suddenly change, things will obviously change with it. So that's the initial reaction / plan for that. Obviously, as things go by and I finally get myself more things, more people, more as we enter into a stable situation, hopefully I can improve on some other things, try and learn some editing skills, maybe try and do some other jazz, try and get some editing, try and get some better thumbnails for the channel updates. You never know, I might even try and change my logo a bit. Who knows? But yeah, that's. I think that's going to be it for this particular channel's update. So I've kind of gotten to the rough point that I wanted to get to. In terms of it's not too long, is it? No, that's not really it. So yeah, that's a pretty solid thing. So to summarize the update, February is going to be the Mark 1 benchmark for the new way of content uploading. Streaming 3 times a week, 2 hours 2 hours in those particular streams, which will be Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Tuesdays and Thursdays will be 6 p.m. GMT to 8 p.m. GMT, and Sundays will be 1 o'clock in the afternoon GMTs to 3 o'clock in the afternoon GMTs. So 1300 hours GMT to 1500 hours GMT. I keep saying GMT, but that's just so you know it's UK time. Content-wise, I will be uploading 3 times a week, which will be the Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. On both the live stream and the upload content, there is no specific things, so don't expect that much. And as always, this is a hobby. Things can get around, things can fuck up, so yeah, it's a bit rough. Thank you so much for watching this and the repeat again. But I hope to catch you guys in the next one. Where the plan for this particular thing to start off with is going to be from the 6th of February. I'm not going to do anything this week. I'm not planning on anything this week. I might try and do some live streams. I'm not too sure. But the main plan is to try and get this started from the 6th of February. So I should then hopefully have some backups and some backlogs to sort of ensure I have some content on that days, and also like thumbnails for other series. So the plan is to start this new system from the 6th of February. So anyway, thank you once more for watching, and I hope to catch you guys in the next one. And if you like this kind of content, let me know in the comment section down below, clicking on the like button, and of course subscribing to the channel. And I will see you then. This is Mr. Jaeger, signing out.